back to my channel. If you are new here, remember to click that subscribe box, but welcome back to my channel if you are not. Also give this video a thumbs up if you want to know ways on how to self-care for yourself when you're feeling stressed, low and just not really great. Then carry on watching, and I am going to share with you my tips on how to help yourself really. The first tip I do recommend is blasting out your favourite songs, but to be careful that it's not like 11 o'clock at night, because you're not supposed to have really loud music on, but make sure you're listening to songs that are upbeat, you'll find yourself singing along to, and it will just, in a way, it's like blasting at your thoughts, but in a positive way because you're just singing really. The next thing is to colouring mandalas, I think that's what it's called, is where it's like a really detailed picture. I'll insert a photo that you'd find yourself colouring, and it'll take hours and hours, and you'll just get into it and distracted, which I find would be really useful for some people. The next tip is a big tip that I recommend, which I end up doing now, is you won't find me on social media that much anymore. I do recommend this. Do not go onto Snapchat and watch people's stories or go onto Instagram, because you sometimes will feel even worse, and I do not recommend that at all. A lot of the time I do tend to skip Snapchat stories. The reasons for this, I'm not trying to pick any names out, because I don't pay attention to much of what you post on your story or who is actually by, is when someone posts like a depressing quote. I do not recommend you do that to yourself. Whether you are the one in the situation, just don't do that, because that is a tip I do recommend, is you're not caring for yourself, because by you reading that quote you're thinking more negatively, and it's not healthy either. Nah, just do not save the quotes, do not read the quotes, just scroll past it. Literally what I do a lot of the time, because it does not help you at all, and then sometimes you can be seen as being attention seeking from other people, and I have been called an attention seeker before, but it's not nice, and then you just feel even worse because you've been called an attention seeker for posting that depressing quote, which also made you feel worse, if that kind of makes sense. Another tip I do recommend is pamper yourself. Now, if you're a boy, you're probably not going to do this, I get that, but light a candle, do something that will treat you, whether it's have a bath with a bath bomb, because what's wrong with bath bombs? And spray yourself with your favourite scent, light a candle with your favourite scent, or wear some comfy clothes. Also, I do recommend is to make sure you look after yourself in a hygienic way, because sometimes when we get really low and stressed, that we forget to look after ourselves, whether that's forgetting to brush your hair, forgetting to shower, forgetting to brush your teeth. Like, I know that sounds really dirty and horrible, but that is what happens to people. Horrible to get out of that cycle, so please do remember to be hygienic and just look after yourself, because all of you watching this deserve to be super happy. Moving on to my following point is to write down your thoughts and feelings, whether no one's going to read them and you just end up like burning them or throwing them in the bin. That is also helpful. Whether it to give it to a health professional or a teacher that you trust evenly. Some people who watches my YouTube videos have actually messaged me on Instagram. I'm not going to mention any names due to the fact that I do keep a trust. And if you do want to talk to me, then you can. I do ask questions where we try and get a bit more understanding, but I do try my best to give you some advice. But if you just want me to listen and read it, then I can. Or if you just want me a way to just get your feelings off your chest, then do so. I know that also you can call a hotline, whether that's Samaritan's, Childline, or whatever your hotline is in your country, then do so if you are in crisis, because I cannot reply all the time, and I'm super sorry that I don't reply, and I love to give other people advice and support, but there's a point at the time if you're gonna keep feeling like that, then please do get help. Another thing is, if you are like studying, you're a student and you've got an exam coming up and you're feeling really stressed out about it, the best thing to do is do not study for it. You'll be like, well, I didn't study for it. But if you did study for it, you probably wouldn't have got a better score because you're stressed. And when you're stressed, you just don't think and you're just not motivated. And don't force yourself to do something that you don't want to do. Just don't study if you don't want to. And your mental health does come first before an exam, because I'm pretty sure you will be able to retake it and it's not the end of the world. But you may feel like it's the end of the world, but it's really not. The next tip is go for a walk. Now, I know typically in the UK we can't go for a walk right now because we're in the middle of winter, it's freezing cold, there is snow, wind, rain, whatever it is. There's like reasons, but when it comes to the spring and summer, you get some exercise, and exercise can improve your mental health as well. The next tip is to meet up with friends or watch a movie. Whether you don't really want to meet up with your friends, and you can call them, but when you're on your phone, I know I have like said go listen to some music, but then stuff social media. Typically, like, just put your phone, like, no Wi-Fi on, so you can call a friend, you can meet up with a friend. But you can't see anything on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. But you can call them and text them, so that'll be fine, as well as listening to music. I know music sometimes needs Wi-Fi, but stay off that social media. They are all my personal tips. You may have different coping strategies, so if you do and you want to put them in the comments for other people to read, then do so. But I do hope you did enjoy the video, and I will see you all next week with another video. Bye!